The price of success, sacrifices rich people make that most won't. Most people say they want success. They want freedom. They want wealth. They want the lifestyle they see in movies, on Instagram, or in the lives of those they admire. But when it comes to the real price of success, the sacrifices that are required, most people quietly step back. And that is why the majority stay stuck, while only a small percentage ever achieve real freedom. Today, I want to take you deep into the uncomfortable truth. Success always demands sacrifice. It's not just about desire, it's about disciplined trade-offs, and the willingness to give up what's easy today for what's possible tomorrow. And if you truly want to move from broke thinking to rich living, you need to understand exactly what rich and successful people give up. Because if you're not willing to pay the price, you'll never hold the prize. Let's start with the first big sacrifice: comfort. Ordinary people crave comfort. They want everything to feel easy, smooth, familiar. But wealthy and successful people are willing to step into discomfort every single day. Whether it's waking up earlier than they feel like, facing rejection in business, or taking risks when everyone else is playing it safe, they understand that comfort is the enemy of growth. If you cling to comfort, you will cling to mediocrity. The second sacrifice is time. Every hour you spend scrolling, binge-watching, or wasting in gossip is an hour you'll never get back. Successful people treat time like currency, and they spend it with intention. They sacrifice mindless entertainment to invest in learning, building, networking, creating. They understand that a few years of focused sacrifice can create a lifetime of freedom. But most people aren't willing to give up their evenings on the couch or their weekends out drinking, so they trade away their future for short-term pleasure. The third sacrifice is approval. If you want to rise above average, you cannot live for the opinions of average people. Rich people sacrifice the need to be liked by everyone. They're okay with criticism, judgment, and even hate, because they know you cannot stand out without being misunderstood. Ordinary people waste their potential trying to fit in. Extraordinary people sacrifice approval so they can build something worth remembering. Another sacrifice is excuses. Poor thinking always looks for reasons why something can't be done. Rich thinking looks for solutions. To build wealth, you have to sacrifice the comfort of your own excuses. It's easier to say, "I don't have time," than to actually wake up an hour earlier. It's easier to say, "I don't have the money," than to cut back on wasteful spending and start small. The rich mindset sacrifices the blame game and takes full responsibility. Now let's talk about habits. Success is built on discipline, and that means giving up bad habits that feel good but drain your potential. Late nights, unhealthy food, overspending, procrastination. These are silent killers of success. Rich people replace them with powerful habits. Reading daily, exercising, managing money, practicing focus. Sacrifice is not just about what you lose, but about what you gain. Every habit you give up creates space for a habit that pushes you forward. Another key sacrifice is ego. Many people are broke not because they don't have opportunities, but because their ego keeps them blind. They're too proud to start small, too proud to ask for help, too proud to learn from others. Successful people sacrifice their ego to remain students. They don't mind starting at the bottom because they see the bigger picture. They'd rather look foolish temporarily than stay broke permanently. Let's go deeper. Success requires sacrificing instant gratification. This is one of the biggest differences between the broke and the wealthy. Broke people want the reward now, the new clothes, the fancy gadgets, the weekend parties. Rich people are willing to delay gratification. They invest now, they build now, they sacrifice now, so they can enjoy the freedom later. The broke mindset says, "I want it today." The rich mindset says, "I'll sacrifice today so I can have it for the rest of my life." Another sacrifice is toxic relationships. If you are surrounded by people who complain, doubt, and pull you down, you are sacrificing your future for the sake of familiarity. Rich people understand that environment is stronger than willpower. They sacrifice negative relationships and surround themselves with people who challenge them, inspire them, and raise their standards. Sometimes success means leaving people behind, and that's a sacrifice most people are unwilling to make. Now let's talk about discipline with money itself. Rich people sacrifice the pleasure of overspending. They don't buy things to impress others. They don't live beyond their means. They sacrifice flashy appearances for long-term investments. They would rather look poor and actually be wealthy than look rich while drowning in debt. That discipline is rare, but it's exactly why they rise above the rest. Another sacrifice is fear. Everyone feels fear, but most people let it control their actions. Rich people sacrifice the comfort of playing it safe. They take calculated risks. They face the possibility of failure, knowing that each failure teaches them something no book ever could. They sacrifice the illusion of security for the reality of freedom. And here's a truth that hurts. Success requires sacrificing leisure. While others are resting, the successful are working, studying, building. It doesn't mean they never rest, but it means for a period of their life, they work harder than anyone else is willing to. They trade weekends, evenings, and vacations for their vision. And because they sacrifice for a season, they get to live the rest of their lives in a way most people never will. Now, don't mistake this message. Sacrifice doesn't mean misery. It doesn't mean you have to hate your life. It means you are trading what is less valuable for what is more valuable. You are exchanging short-term pleasure for long-term fulfillment. You are letting go of what keeps you broke to grab hold of what makes you free. The truth is, success is not about talent, luck, or intelligence as much as it is about sacrifice. Everyone wants the results, but few are willing to pay the price. The question you need to ask yourself is, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to trade your comfort for growth, your excuses for responsibility, your distractions for discipline, your instant gratification for long-term freedom? Because here's the reality. The difference between the rich and the broke is not just what they have, it's what they are willing to let go of. The rich life is not free. It comes with a price. And every day, with every choice, you are either paying the price of success or paying the price of regret. So as you listen to this, make a decision. Look at your life and identify the habits, the comforts, the distractions, the excuses, the relationships that are holding you back. Be honest with yourself. Ask, what must I sacrifice to step into my next level? And then commit. Start today. Sacrifice what keeps you small so you can build the life that makes you proud. Success will demand more from you than you think. But once you've paid the price, once you've endured the sacrifices, you will see what very few ever see. You will experience freedom, fulfillment, and wealth in a way that makes every sacrifice worth it. The truth is simple. Most people will never pay the price. But if you're willing, if you're truly committed, if you can let go of what holds you back, then the rich life, the free life, can be yours.